Hey, what's up, party people? We're back. This is V, this is Z, and we're Ohio Pizza Party. And today, we are on another quest to Cambridge, Ohio for Wally's Pizza.
Yes.
We just recently had DiCarlo's Pizza. Now we're going to check their competitor and see how they do on the same style.
A little comparison.
So we've got the traditional Ohio Valley style pizza, but they also have a regular thin crust pizza, a thick crust pizza, and a cauliflower pizza. And we did not get the deep dish pizza. We just can't eat that much pizza.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot of pizza. Wally's Pizza is located at 1860 East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. But they also have 3 other locations scattered about Ohio. It was established in 1969 by a man named Wally Parks. It used to be called East Village Pizza. In 1978, it was bought by a man named Tom Haynes, and in tribute to Wally, named the place Wally, but kept the same pizza style. So they say established in 1978, but it was actually 1969 by a man named Wally Parks. But I wonder, he probably got the style from DiCarlo, so I would imagine. We'll see.
Comparison begins.
Right. We're going to start with the crust. Crust. What do you got to say about the crust? The traditional Ohio Valley style Wally's Pizza.
The crust was pretty good. I definitely like the corner piece. It gives you a little bit of that, extra crunch on both the sides. I would say that the crunch was there, but I wish I had a little bit more of the crunch. Just a little bit more crispy.
Compared to DiCarlo's.
Correct. Yeah. Compared to DiCarlo's. DiCarlo's had that crispy crunch. This definitely just has a crunch, I would say.
But it still tastes good.
Yes.
And it was still very tasty. It had the crunch, it had the stability, it had flavor on the end. It was a good crust. Now we need to do the crust of the round pie cut pizza from Wally. What do you have to say about that crust?
The crust, it held its own, but at some parts it was really crunchy, and then other parts it was like a little soft.
Yeah.
So you were chewing at some parts, and then other parts it was just like the crunch, and then you were done with it.
Yeah, and it may just because of the amount of toppings that it had on it. I
True.
don't know.
Not bad,
but it was a good crust again.
Yeah.
And once you got to the crust, it was nice and crispy.
It's pretty average.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about the cauliflower crust. What do you think about that cauliflower crust?
Cauliflower crust was pretty good. The more I kept eating it, the more I realized there was some type of herbs or kind of like a garlic taste to it.
Yep.
It definitely didn't seem like it was a cauliflower crust. Like if I would kind of blind taste it, I don't think I would be getting that. This is a cauliflower crust pizza.
Right. Compared to like Massey's or Donato's and other places that we've had, I would say it falls right in the middle. It's pretty decent. Sauce. All right, now we're going to do sauce. So we'll talk about the sauces, see?
I would say for the sauce, didn't give me a lot of flavor. It wasn't very bold. Didn't give me leaving me with like a zing or anything like that.
Yeah, it was okay. It didn't have a lot of, it had flavor. It just wasn't as zingy as I wanted it to be. It was a little more bland. Felt like there was just a difference in taste between that and DiCarlo's.
Yeah, DiCarlo's you could definitely tell was house made.
Yeah, it just didn't have the same flavor to me. Yeah.
DiCarlo's once again. Sauce.
No, sorry. Yeah. Toppings. Now we're going to do toppings, and we'll start with the traditional Wally style, put on after it's cooked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say the cheese seemed a little greasy to me the more that it sat. I mean, you'll see in the pictures, it started kind of puddling up a little bit of the grease. The pepperonis were pretty good. I don't think they were anything too amazing, but at the same time, it was good flavor. Yep. And the sausage was pretty good too as well. It had some decent flavor to it.
Yeah. I think the sausage was, it wasn't packed full of flavor, but it had enough there that it complemented the pepperoni well. I do think that they put a little too much cheese on it. Once it settles, it does pull up a little bit. It did more in the round pie cut as opposed to the traditional style. So we'll go next on the toppings of the pie cut. What do you think about that?
The pie cut, I would probably say the bacon. It was pretty good flavor of the bacon. I mean, it was salty. I wish there was a little bit more crisp.
Yeah.
But once again, there's a lot of cheese on top of it, so it's kind of hard to crisp the bacon with the cheese on there.
Yep.
And then the cheese side, it just was overwhelming.
Yeah. The cheese was good.
Yes.
I'd have to say the cheese was good. I just felt like it was a little too much. Maybe I would have got light cheese next time.
Yes.
Yep.
Good pie, though. And then also with the cauliflower crust, the onions and the black olives were pretty fresh. They had some nice texture added some good texture to the cauliflower pizza as well.
Start with the Ohio Valley style. What would you give that?
The Ohio Valley style, I would probably give it probably an an 8.4. Love the texture of the crust, the sturdiness. It's a good bite.
I would say on that I'm going to get an 8.5. I think it was really good. Just after having DiCarlo's, I think it's just a slight difference. I think DiCarlo's takes it by a half a point.
Step down.
It's still good, and if you like that style of where they put the toppings on after they cook the crust and sauce, for sure, do it 100%. And so we're going to do the rating on the pie cut. I'm going to personally, I say a little bit too much cheese. The crust was a little more inconsistent. It was okay. I'm going to give that one probably a 7.7.
I'd probably give it a 7.5.
Yeah, we're always so close.
It had really good structure, but the cheese was just too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I got light cheese, like you said, I would have really enjoyed it a lot more. And I feel like if it would just had a little bit more consistency on the bottom.
Other than that, like and subscribe and smash it.
Smash.
Like the like button.
Like it on
and
like.
subscribe the subscribe button.
Hit it.
And comment in the comment area.
Click it, click it, click it, click it, click it.
OPP.
You know me.
Nothing says victory like the sweet taste of pizza. Ow.